Hello, hello! Today we bring you the Vampyre Cosmetics Winchester Mystery House 100th Anniversary Collection. I wasn't able to get all four of the lip glosses, but I was able to grab one at the time. I had received these back in October, and unfortunately my review for this entire collection is incredibly disappointing. So let's start off from the worst to the best. Alright, so this is the lip gloss. This is in Landmark. At the time when I ordered these in October, I got these on a special on Friday the 13th. There was a Friday the 13th special. I think all of these palettes were like $13. I think that's what the gig was. And so I received this one. It was the last one I could receive. It was the last one available. All the other ones had been completely sold out, so I was like, well, I still want to try it. So I got this one, and it's really annoying because the color that it actually is doesn't look like the color on the website. And I'll put that picture up somewhere so you can see. But the color advertised is not the color I received. So I thought it was going to be more of a mauve. This is just like a straight up red. It is a straight up red gloss. And I'll be honest, I don't really wear red glosses. I think they just get so messy. It has a nice kind of like strawberry champagne smell. But this is just not an item I'm going to keep because I can't see myself wearing a red lip gloss. It has a nice smell. I mean, it's pretty typical of a red lip gloss. Like you can see, it's not completely opaque. It's not going to stay really like the lip gloss. I do appreciate the design. The Winchester Mystery House has a lot of this kind of design. Sarah Winchester was obsessed with the number 13, but she also kind of obsessed with spiderwebs. There's a lot of spiderwebs, and this is the kind of design that is on a lot of the windows and doors. So I really like that. That's a really nice touch. On the top it says "Bazaar is beautiful," which of course is the slogan for the house. And just very simple packaging. It says proudly vegan and cruelty free. Lip gloss features design elements from windows found inside the Winchester Mystery House. So just as I said, and yeah, this is it wasn't anything outstanding. It doesn't feel like the color advertised. It's also hard to see the swatches that they have. It just does not match. I'm passing this along to my cousin. I'm sure she'll get a better kick of it than I will, but this just did not work for me. Something y'all probably don't know, but I have this poster right behind where I sit to do my YouTube videos. Like, I am from the Bay Area. I'm from California. This place has always fascinated me. I love the Winchester Mystery House. I have shirts. I have cups. This place is just amazing. I love this. It's just some lore that I've always grown up with, so I had really high hopes for this collection, and unfortunately this collection kind of dashed them all. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I love this house. This is just one of those nice, cool, spooky places that I grew up knowing about my whole life. Of course, I wanted to show off my poster. I feel like that might create a little bit of bias just because I expected so much more from this collection because it involves a place that I really love and a place I grew up knowing about. I have been to the Mystery Winchester House a couple times, so I feel like I'm aware enough of the lore and know what the house looks like inside and out enough to kind of make a pretty decent review about this. So the worst palette of the three that I feel like I tried was this one. This is, I don't think it even really has a name. So this one's just called the Winchester House Crystal Ball Palette. First of all, I thought these palettes were going to be bigger. I didn't expect them to be so small. I thought I was getting some like really big, palettes. So this is the first one. This one was my least favorite. Let me compare it to water bottles. It's a water bottle. It's a lot smaller than I thought. I thought I was gonna get a huge palette for some reason. This is what it looks like from the outside. This is just the packaging. And you can see the kind of like a snow globe kind of deal. I guess it's supposed to be a crystal ball. This is vegan eyeshadow palette. The house is in that ball. That's what the back looks like, and the back will tell you what the colors you're supposed to expect, and here are. Very simple. You open it up. First of all, it opens what I would say is backwards. So usually I feel like it's the other way. You pull that, and it comes in its own little space. You pull this out because this is the palette. This is just the container for it. This is the actual shape. And I'm pretty sure I had heard other complaints from other YouTubers that one of the reasons they don't like this brand is because the top comes completely off. It comes completely off. There is a mirror in here. There is a mirror. On the bottom, it just says Winchester Mystery House, 100 years, right? this is the actual palette. I don't understand this color story. Like, where is this coming from? I don't get it. I try to get some hints from looking at the pictures. And it's like, okay, like, it's a light yellow. I kind of understand. Like, that's basically the color of the house, right? The house is a yellow. I don't know if I'm missing something. Like, where does this purple come from? Why do we have this white? Is this white for, like, the trim of the house? Like, I don't understand. It's called Bizarre, Haunted, Mystery, and Seance. I don't know whether that's in there. The brown, I don't know. The roof isn't brown. It's like a red kind of color. Just kind of like a brick red roof. Are you guys confused as I am? This color story just doesn't make sense. It's only 4 of them, and they are all arguably shimmers, but I wouldn't even call them shimmers. These are all what I would call satins. They're not really shimmery. They're very subtle. They're very sheer. I'm going to swatch all 4 of them because I don't really see a reason not to. These 2 bottom ones could possibly work as an outer corner or as a highlight, but these just, I don't ever see myself grabbing this palette and being like, this is it, this is the only palette I need. Why would I need anything else? It is just, the best color in here is probably the Haunted one. That one's not too bad. But this color story just doesn't make sense to me. Like, maybe one of the lighter ones. I'm going to try and build this purple up for you all more. But you can see how it's not really pigmented. They're not strong colors. When I wore them, it just wasn't anything, as my husband says, writing home about. This might be something nice, I think. Like I always say, sometimes it's not a bad product. Maybe the product is just not for you. I think this is a product that might be enjoyed by one of my aunts. She occasionally wears makeup, and when she does, you know, it's not very intense. I think she might enjoy a palette like this that she can bring out every once in a while. But this is definitely not a travel-friendly palette. There's no way you could really throw this in your makeup bag, especially with the top coming off, and be like, oh, my palette will be okay. So this one's my least favorite. I don't understand the color story. The shape is just very difficult to store. Thankfully, I always keep my boxes, so it will stay in a rectangular box. But, I mean, the top completely coming off doesn't bother me too much. It's mostly just the fact I'm like, I don't understand this color story. I wore it once on my eyes, and I was just left wanting more. So this one's my least favorite of the 3. So this is the next one. This one's my second favorite. And this one is called Bizarre is Beautiful palette. So it is what it says out here, vegan eyeshadow palette, of course. And this one also comes in square packaging. It also gives you the color and the details on the outside. And same thing, you open it with the top facing, I guess, towards you. And you pull it out, and it's the same thing. It's got its own little container. The picture on the outside is what the palette looks like. You pull it out, and you have pretty much the same exact thing now. Differently shaped. You have the house on there, you can see it a lot better. I do like that. That's really cool. We opened it up. This one's actually connected, and it does not have a mirror inside. So this one's actually connected. This is the color story. And on the inside, on this side, it gives you like a little history, which I personally really liked. I think that's really cool. I think if you're not familiar with the story of Sarah Winchester and the, you know, all that information about the house, the fact that, even just right here, featuring 160 rooms, 52 skylights, 47 stairways and fireplaces, 17 chimneys, 13 bathrooms, 6 kitchens. It is a 24,000 square foot house. Like, I really love that all that information is here. That's really fun. What I don't understand is the color story. What the hell does these colors have to do with the house? I don't know. I think, as far as I know, as far as I remember, maybe I'm wrong, please let me know down below. After Sarah Winchester, the owner of the house, her husband died, and she had a 1-year-old baby who had also passed. I believe she probably went the Queen Victoria route, and from there on out only wore black for the rest of her life. So I feel like this black color right here makes sense. The names that we have in here are Webb, Sarah, Hidden, 13, Belle, and Spirit. I don't understand. I don't get it. What, this color story? They're all mattes. These are all mattes. And I just don't really understand the color story. They're not the worst mattes in the world, honestly. Like, I'll swatch these 3 over here. They're giving powder. Like, powder blue, powder purple, powder pink. They're not awful, but I got these on sale for $13. Oh god, okay. Let me just try and rub that out a little bit. You would expect more for the price. Okay. You guys are seeing this, right? Like, I can't even drag the color. There's the pink. Okay, I got a little bit more color off the pink. Let's try again with the blue. And you can build it up a little bit more, I think. Let's go again in the purple. Yeah, I hope you guys can... You guys are seeing these swatches, right? Like, build it up a little bit over here. Like, I feel like this powdery stuff, like, this is what I feel like a lot of people think Makeup Revolution little is. And sometimes some of the shades are, and they're not like, okay, it's not too awful, because I still have, you know, another 8 shades or whatever. They're still pretty decent. I can't... Oh, it's powdery. They're so powdery. This black, I did a look with the black. I cannot tell you, I worked on this palette for a week and a half. I usually just do a week because I was really rooting for this collection. I was really rooting for this brand. You can see it starts off not too bad, and then it just becomes sheer. There's really not a lot of pigment or payoff, and I just touched myself. I'm gonna clean off this lip gloss because it's starting to get everywhere. So there's a slight stain, FYI. Try to build this up, maybe. Try to build it with black. The black subtly started to disappear when I put it on my eyes. It crinkled, it creased, it made my eye look very creepy. Eventually, at the end of the day, it just wasn't... It wasn't the best, it's not the worst. I don't remember how much these are usually going for. But even at 13, I got this for $13. 6 shades for $13, and they're all mattes. I just was not impressed. I don't understand the color story. I don't understand what these colors, specifically like 2 pinks, a purple, and a blue, and they're all giving powder pinks, powder purple, powder blue shades. I don't understand it. If you know why, I would love to know why. I honestly would love to know why. If you have an explanation, please let me know down below, because I don't freaking get it. I don't understand this color story. The matte shades are subpar. They're quite sheer. I don't know. Building it up doesn't really do too much for it, because it doesn't really last long. But if you are a person who's okay with the sheerness, the subtleness, then maybe this is for you. If you're, you know, kind of just starting out, like as a 13-year-old trying makeup on for the first time, maybe this isn't too bad of a palette. But I have such a big collection. I've been wearing makeup for a while now, and while I'm trying to remember what look I did a look and it wasn't too bad. But ultimately I have to pass this one along away too, because I'm like, I can't think of any moment in time where I'm like, I definitely have to reach for this palette. This palette's gonna make a great look. Like, it's just not gonna happen. This might be a good companion palette, and I tried to pair this palette with some liquid eyeshadows that I've been using, and it didn't work very well either. So I had to stop doing that because I wanted to make sure I understood the product completely. I mean, I love the door over here. They have that door that leads to nowhere. And I don't know why they have a Ouija board. I guess it has to do with the seances. But I don't think Sarah Winchester ever used a Ouija board, but I don't know, could just be me. Of course, they have, again, they're tying it in with these spider webs and all that stuff, and that paper there. Overall, just a letdown for this one as well. I'm also going to have to let this one go. I could continue to try and make it work for longer, but I just don't see myself reaching for this palette or taking it anywhere, because it's just also not travel friendly, even though it does connect to the palette. It's just, the shape of it is just not the best. So I'm passing this one on too. So this one is the Spirit Board palette. I like this one the most. Ironically, out of the other 2 palettes, of the total 3 palettes, I don't really... This was a little scary. I never really like anything with a Ouija board type of vibe to it. I always try to make sure that my, you know, my juju is good. Like, I don't want no bad juju on me. I don't want no bad vibes. I'm trying to invite nothing into my home, into my life, onto myself. So once I received this palette, first of all, it doesn't come with a box. It never came with a box. It was just wrapped in plastic. Okay. So took off the plastic, and this is another palette where the entire top just comes off. There is a, let's see, there's a mirror in here. There is a mirror in here, and there's a sun and a moon and some like people in the corners, and it's the same kind of vibe. You got the spider webs there, so I like how that all ties in. This one was my favorite color story. The back again, it just says Winchester Mystery House 100th anniversary. I really like this one. This one, I liked the idea of these neutrals because it matches with this idea of the spirit board. Maybe she did use a spirit board. I don't know about a Ouija. I don't think that would have made sense. But I do quite like this one a lot more. This one has the yellow. Again, the yellow ties in. I don't know where they're getting this purple. Where's this purple coming from? Like, what is it referencing? I don't know. But here we have, again, for the third time, a purple in their collection. We have, again, a white and a black, which there is a white in every one of these palettes. We have two very light beiges, and then a kind of a light brown and a darker brown, giving grunge. I really love these two colors. These two colors are I think my favorite. Oh, and of course, this one as well. So we have Unhinged, Carriage, Victorian Pallor, Secrets, 13, Penance, and Apparition. So I really liked, this is Secrets. Of course, I love yellow. So I had to, of course, give a delving into that yellow. And it's not, I feel like somehow these perform a little better than the other ones. Of course, they're still a bit patchy, a little bit, you know, powdery, but not the worst. I'm going to do these. I really liked these two. There's something about these two that really do give me, like, the goth feel. So I'm doing Carriage and Victorian. And I really like these colors for, like, a halo eye. There's something that just makes them feel so, like, gothy. I don't know, it's just me, but of course this one's really nice. It's like a gray purple, and the Carriage is kind of giving like a gray brown. But as you can see from the swatches, even though this was some of my favorite shades from this, it still isn't really doing too much. I'm doing my best to do these swatches. I think you can see that these do apply a little better, and I like that. These three were my favorite colors. But I don't know if I can justify keeping a palette for these three colors. One of the things I always complain about is very light colors, and we have 1, 2, 3 light colors, 3 colors that I like, and these were okay, kind of applied the same way as the black. I don't know. You have a color like this, which just doesn't, I mean, Unhinged and Pallor wouldn't do anything for me. I guess they're what they call, a shade just to blend everything out, but I don't really see why you would need two to do that. The Apparition shade wasn't too horrible. I was able to make a look with that. I think I'll do this purple, because this 13 black really isn't that different from that one that I applied already. I tried to do with this Penance one, and it just wasn't. It looks a lot darker in the pan than it actually is. You can see there, I hope you can catch it, like, it's quite sheer, quite see-through, even after kind of packing it on and trying to blend it out. I don't know if it really did any good to it. That doesn't look too bad, but that's why this one ended up being my favorite one of the three. But even so, I don't know. I am a shimmer gal, okay? And these mattes, I just don't know. These aren't really doing it enough for me to really consider really keeping it. They just don't look that spectacular on my eyes. I don't think it's the absolute worst palette. If I were to keep one of the three, I would probably keep this one. But man, I think I have better palettes. That's the thing that just hurts my heart, because I love the Winchester house. So it breaks my heart that I feel like none of these really gave me anything to be excited about. This palette is okay-ish. If I was going to recommend any of these, it would be this one. I think this is, if you're interested in any of these, this is the Winchester House palette to get. But the other two, I don't like them. I don't think I really like them. I think on the website I even received an email this morning about the crystal ball right now. Like, if you spend $75, you get a free crystal ball palette. You know, like, I don't think that one's doing very well. But like, these aren't, they're okay. I wish overall if they would have just, like, did we need another white in this palette? I don't know. Maybe these two should have gone. I don't know what they could have replaced it with. I haven't seen, none of these had a mixture, if you notice. Like, they were all either all matte or that all satin one. But I think I have to pass this one along too. I just don't want to try and hoard anything I'm not absolutely in love with. And I'm not in love with this. Thank you so much for watching once again a very long review video, but I'm trying my best to kind of keep everything that's in a collection together in one video. Unfortunately, this one let me down. Is this the last time I'm going to try Vampyre Cosmetics? I don't think so. They just came out with another new collection, or will be coming out with a new collection, with the Oregon Trail game. I freaking love that game! I grew up playing that game, so I'm really excited. That's another collection I'm going to be trying. I want to buy all the palettes. I want to buy, of course, all the lip glosses or lipsticks that go with it. This one, this collection just did not do it for me. As a fan of the house, as a fan of makeup, this didn't work for me. But let me know down below which one of these palettes were your favorites, and please let me know, what do pinks or purples have to do with the Winchester Mystery House, or what it might have to do with Sarah Winchester, because I would love to know. But y'all have a great day.